Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to another YouTube live stream. I changed the title of the topic, so I hope I didn't confuse anyone. I was going to talk about fitness today, but I decided to talk about a different topic that's really important. I've wanted to speak about this for a hell of a long time, and it's a conversation I've had with myself in my own thoughts and my own head. And I've obviously had this conversation with friends in person, and I've spoke about this over the years at seminars, and I've spoken to I was blue in the face, excuse me, to so many clients that I've coached and worked with over the years. But I'm going to speak about it now openly because I realize this is a big problem for men today, especially in this generation. Um, so I'm going to be talking about desperation. So I think the root cause of most of men's problems with women stems from desperation, being desperate to get women, being desperate to get women to like you. Before I go on as well and teach this lesson today, I just want to make a point of saying that I don't know everything about women just because I'm placing myself as an expert and I have got a lot of experience. So I'm not trying to come across like a smart ass or a clever clogs, and I'm not judging men or condemning anyone because obviously I'm just a man as well, trying to figure things out and learn how to be better. But at the same time, I'm not going to be modest, and I'm a humble person anyway. But I'm not going to hold back on the experience I do have, which it counts for a hell of a lot. And as a man who was also initially really desperate of women and had a poor self-esteem and didn't really speak to women in the right way, and someone who's really improved a hell of a lot over the years, and I'm still improving. So what I've done is, if I'm looking down, it's because I've got my pad with me and I've made notes so I could bring loads of value to this live stream. And what I've done is I've wrote down all of the best tips and solutions and confident building um, lifestyle changes that men can make so men can improve their relationships with women and they can, more importantly, improve their relationship with themselves. I'm just going to make a point as well of saying that I'm not pointing any blame at women or anything like that, because sometimes people misinterpret my message, and that's easily done today, especially with social media. So it's a very positive message today. I'm telling you, if there was ever a live stream that you stayed on and watched to the end, it should definitely be this one. It should definitely be, because this is the most important. The things I'm going to be showing are life changing. So I'll just give you a bit of a heads up what I'm going to cover today. I am going to talk about mental health. I'm going to touch on that because that's really important, especially with today, what's going on. I am going to talk about fitness and training and self discipline. I am also going to speak about what I have learned that women are attracted to. You know, obviously, you can't paint every woman the same because women are different, but there are principles that spread without the vast amount of women, female psychology, and so I'm going to explain that. I'm going to go into that, and I will answer your questions as well, so I can mentor you personally one on one. I can have a conversation with you right now, and address your issues. And I think when you finish listening to this live stream, you're going to come away feeling a lot more better about yourself. You're going to have a lot of practical solutions that you can go away and improve your confidence with women and your confidence in life in general. So before we get into it, I just want to say thank you for everyone joining. Good to see you, Martin Jones. As always, Corey, it's great to see you, and I've really enjoyed your company and your insight in the new Facebook group. Nice to see you, Superman Mike. And thanks for all the ongoing support on the YouTube channel. It's been fantastic. So also want to say as well, I want to thank the guys that came down to my Fearless event. And I'm not just saying this to try and promote it. I was going to say sell it. There's nothing to sell because the event's completely free. The event that we had Sunday, that me and Adam run, I've never enjoyed an event so much, and I've done lots of events over the years. It was just honestly, if I can, I'm proud of myself and Adam. It was brilliant, and we had such a good time. So I will be telling you about the next Fearless event that's coming up. And what I've done is I've actually made a note here in my pad, the date, the time, so you guys won't miss out because it was just brilliant. It was great. I'll tell you what we did at the event, and I'll tell you what the guys got out of it, and I'll tell you what I learned. I got loads out of it. I love. That's why I do it for free because I get so much out of it. And Adam was brilliant as well. Adam helped me to co-run the event. The event was great. We did boxing training, we did public speaking training, and then we took the guys out, me and Adam, for an hour for a 3 hour taster session. And the guys did social practice in central London, in St James's Park. They went around speaking to women, and it went great. The guys loved it. So it was a really practical experience. And then at the end, we went to a nice hotel. We sat down, everyone got a tea and a coffee. And I'm not joking. And I posted up a nice picture that Adam took of the group on Instagram and Facebook, and people loved it. When I looked around at the group, I didn't really see one awkward silence at the end of the sofa. Everyone was speaking. We actually went an hour over time. I could have stayed there all day. Obviously, I had to get going with Adam, and they just loved it. Like, I felt really good for helping men, and it was such a good thing. We had such good conversations, and it was nice to see everyone happy, coming out of themselves. It was brilliant, and I can honestly say every single guy that turned up to the Fearless event did themselves proud. No one was negative. Everyone collaborated, and every guy faced his fear. You know, they were true to the title. Everyone come up and did public speaking. They did the boxing pad work with Adam, which was challenging. Everyone went out and spoke, and everyone was so open. It was a delight to work with such decent men, because obviously when I run events, you never know entirely how they're going to turn out. But it's gave me so much confidence, and I'm sure Adam as well, to put these events on and keep these. I'm going to keep these running every month because I just want to make a point of saying these events are not just about helping men to build their confidence for speaking to women. Yes, we do teach that, and that isn't important, but it's a much more wholesome thing. It's about helping men to build their confidence with women, in all areas, to find themselves, to find what they're passionate about. And like I said, I wrote this down. It is about bringing like-minded people together in person for amazing conversations. It's really simple. Instead of just talking on a live stream, what we're doing now, which is good, and putting videos up on YouTube, I've got to be honest, this is never going to compare to meeting in person. So if you enjoy my live streams and you're getting a lot out of coming on and learning and spending time with me and interacting with the other guys, you would be, excuse my language, you would be a fool to not come to the Fearless event. And there's no catch. It doesn't cost anything. We could easily charge for this. The value I could charge easily £100 a person, even more. But I choose to make it for free because it feels like the right thing to do at this moment in time. In the future, I could start charging, but as of now, I've got no motivation to charge. And it was great. We had a mixed bunch of all different nationalities, different ages, and people from different. It was just brilliant, and everyone connected. And I learned so much myself, and it was brilliant. So the next Fearless event is on the 14th of July. You've got a lot of notice. It's in a month's time. So if you want to book on that event, just email me and I'll get you booked on that, and you can bring a friend. So, okay, that's the Fearless event. We're going to get into the lesson. I'm going to answer some questions. And I've made a list of things down here. Also, just want to say thanks for the support on the new YouTubers. I know, yeah, it was really good. I did a poll because I wanted to find out what people want, what content do they favor the most, and in-field demonstrations was number one. It got about 47%. Social anxiety was number two. About 27% of people wanted me to make videos on social anxiety. Personal development was the third one. That was about 17-18%. And then dating advice and the live streams were less. So it's great that I kind of know where you guys are at and what people want, and there will be more of those things coming. Okay, so let's just go through the questions quickly. Hey VJ, Phyllis event was brilliant. Hi Johnny, I went to the gym and sauna. That's brilliant. So did I. I went gym today. It's brilliant, isn't it? I did my bodybuilding training. I did swimming, and then I did steam and sauna. So it was great. Well done for doing it. Does sauna help to lose weight? Do you know what? I was thinking the same myself. I'm not 100%. It definitely feels like it's helping me to lose fat, but someone told me that it doesn't. You don't lose weight, you lose water. But I'm not sure if I believe that. I think if you're training regularly and using saunas, I think it does make you lose weight. But I'm not an expert on weight loss. But they are good. They're definitely good for your skin. My skin's really improved, and so they're brilliant. Yeah, the sauna's amazing. It's great, isn't it? Okay, so just be a bit patient with me, guys, because I'm not talking about quick tips to flirt. This is really truthful stuff. Okay, so now the reason why I'm going to talk about this because this is something that I get a lot. I get daily emails from men from all around the world. Emails, I get Facebook messages, mostly emails, and a lot of Facebook messages. Men asking me, "I need your help. It's really serious. I met this girl. I liked her. She's not responding to my texts. What shall I do? Have I done something wrong? Or I'm really attracted to this girl at work. I think she likes me. I'm not sure. Should I ask her out? Or I like this girl." Men have got a lot of fears around, not attracting the girl and losing the girl, and then we're working with so many men over the years, and I've taught hundreds of 6-week transformation programs. A 6-week program is where I take someone out and I work with them 6 weeks, and I help men to get over their social anxiety and to build honest relationships with women. Having worked with so many people and seen all of the different problems, I would say the main problem obviously comes down to a lack of self-esteem and a lack of confidence and insecurity. But the desperation, I've made a note here, desperation does kill attraction with women. It ruins relationships. And the reason why none of us are really attracted to desperation is because when someone's desperate, it's a sign of unhealthiness, isn't it? It's a sign that someone is not stable. That's how it's interpreted to a person. So it's a universal kind of thing. If someone contacted you now and you don't know the person and they wrote to you saying, "I need to speak to you," and they kept sending you loads of messages and they were desperate, you'd get freaked out. You'd kind of want to get away from the person unless it was life threatening or generally we don't like when people are too desperate. It puts us off. It makes us feel that they're trying to get something from us, and then we feel invaded. So that's how women feel. That's how women feel when men approach and they're too desperate. Now, obviously, there's a difference between approaching and making a move on a woman, or asking a woman out, or being interested. That's very different. You're coming from different places. So let me just give you an example, right? And I'm not being big-headed or blowing up my own ego. You could look at some of my YouTube videos, the old ones and the recent ones, and you can watch several of my conversations with women that I've never met before, and you can see the interactions go really well. Where I walk up to a girl and I'm honest and I say, something along the lines of, I'm honest in the moment. "Hi, you look really lovely. I just want to come speak to you. Where are you from?" And then she says, "Oh, thank you. I'm from Russia or Germany or England or Greece or Italy." And then I'm having a conversation with her, and then it goes well, and then I say, "I enjoyed talking to you. You seem really nice. Can I invite you out another time? Can we go for coffee?" And she goes, "Yeah, sure." And I go, "What's your number?" She gives it to me. So you'll see me successfully speak to a woman, attract her, and be honest and ask her out. And she says yes. Now, that's not desperation. That's me. Yes, I'm going for it, but it's a different place, and sometimes it is subtle. There is a subtle difference between a guy who walks up. It could look the same as what I'm doing. Yes, he's walking up to a woman in public. He's starting a conversation, but he's desperate in his behaviour, and women sense that really quickly, as people do. So I suppose the question that you would want to ask yourself is, well, how do I stop being desperate? How do I stop these behaviours? And I'm going to tell you, and I've wrote it down. But I will be honest with you guys. This is not a quick fix. You're not just going to transform overnight and go from a guy who's got no confidence of women and then all of a sudden to be confident. I know a lot of you might be disappointed, but I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you the truth. And it's the same if I coach people. I do transform people, and sometimes there are transformations that happen within a weekend. But generally, for guys that are really struggling, and obviously there's different levels of men who have insecurities of women. And I've worked with guys across the board who lack confidence, but they don't need too much work. And then I've worked with guys who are they are really desperate with women. No, there's not going to be any sales funnel. That's your presumption, and again, that's your own fears or insecurities or judgments on me. What I'm teaching today and giving you is absolutely free, and there ain't any catches. And if you stay on this live stream, you're going to see that. And if you're skeptical and you think everyone is always trying to get money out of you, then you may have to look at your own ideas and how you see the world. Because I'm getting a lot out of doing this for free, and every time I do free things, it always attracts business anyway. So the same principle I apply, because I'm not desperate to get business out of this live stream. It's nice if it comes, but I ain't desperate for it because I need it, but I don't need it that much. Exactly the same principle I'm teaching you today. Same in business. But anyway, we'll put business aside. Today is about women and relationships. I can talk about business in another live stream. So, you know, women are not attracted to men that are too desperate. So it's okay. Listen, we've all got a healthy amount of desperation because obviously we have got needs. But when it gets out of balance, which most guys are, it's unattractive and it frightens you and it puts them off, and they're going to turn you down straight away. They're not going to respond to your messages. If you communicate massive amounts of desperation and neediness in the conversation, a woman is going to, she's going to say no. So it is about being aware of your desperation. Now, the question is, I'm going to challenge all of you. Where does this desperation come from? Why are a lot of men so desperate? Why did I used to be like that? Because I wouldn't be here if I hadn't started in a bad place. I think it comes down to men not loving themselves, not being happy in their own life, not being comfortable in their own skin, not having a goal in life, not having a purpose. And this is the root cause of the problem. I see it, but I don't see it all my clients, but I've seen it quite a few of them. Now, what happens is, I wrote this down. This is the mistake men make, and this can be not just approaching on the street, or or even though I don't really advocate, or going on Tinder, or at work, or it doesn't matter, any social environment. Men are approaching with this mindset. This is what they're thinking. They need women to make them happy, so they are relying on getting a number from the girl, or getting sex, or getting validation, or getting compliments from women, or getting the girl. And when they don't get that, if they don't get the outcome and they get toned down, they immediately start being angry and resentful towards women and themselves as well. And it goes into blame. And that's when all of the blame comes, which isn't good. Being a victim is never going to help you in life. If being a victim worked, then every victim would be. And when I say victim, of course, I'm irrelevant of someone who has generally been a victim of abuse or something really unfairly. But guys feeling sorry for themselves because a girl turned them down, and then being angry at women, that ain't going to help you. And it's not a woman's fault for not being attracted to you and your behavior. You have to understand that. And that takes a lot of discipline. And that's something that I had to learn the hard way too, because when I started, I blamed women as well. Of course I did. I blamed everyone. I blamed men. I blamed bullies at school. I blamed the society. I blamed everything. Of course, I blamed myself, but I didn't take responsibility. So it's not about judging yourself. It's not about saying I'm a terrible person. Look at me. I'm not good enough to meet women. I'm a failure. I'm not. That's not good. We're not encouraging that. So I'm explaining to you the mindset. So it needs to be opposite. needing women to make you happy as opposed to making yourself happy. You have to make yourself happy. And that's, hopefully you guys are intelligent enough to know my direction of my YouTube channel has completely changed when I first started. When I first started, that was 8 years ago, I was in a different place. I was just teaching men how to attract women. Now it's evolved from that. It's about helping men to find happiness in themselves first. So when you find happiness in yourself first, it's a funny phenomenon. Women will be interested in you. They'll be more attracted. They'll want to go out with you. Of course, you're never going to get every woman, but lots of women will want to date you, and then eventually the right girl. So the question I would challenge you is, how do you make yourself happy? And I've made a list of things down here. And a lot of men don't do these things, which is why they're not happy. So if that makes sense to you so far, you can just hit yes. But I know all this is true, coming from experience. So, and these are some of the general things where men go wrong. I've made a list here, so you can see where you're going wrong. So, trying too hard to attract women. So men over try, making too many jokes, panicking too much, speaking too fast, bragging too much, not listening, not being empathetic enough, and not being kind. All of these good virtues, not demonstrating any of these things. Women can sense that, and then they go, "No, this guy, he's too desperate. He's too insecure, too emotionally unstable." Cheers, Corey. I appreciate that. That's where we're going. So, these are some of the repercussions of men being desperate, and not being proper men, and not valuing themselves. So, trying too hard to attract women, being too desperate to get a result, being outcome dependent, getting angry and frustrated when women reject you or when you perceive them reject you. Sometimes a woman doesn't even reject a guy. She just says, "I can't speak to you because I'm busy." That doesn't mean she's rejecting you as a human being. She's busy. She's got to go somewhere, so she had to. And then men take that personal. So men take it too personal, trying to manipulate women. A lot of guys do it. As you guys know, I don't teach that stuff. That's why I don't agree with the pickup stuff. I don't have time to speak about it. I don't teach it. It's totally fine if guys want to do that. So if you're trying to manipulate women and trick them into bed, and all of these things, then you're going to suffer in the long run and the short run. So I would always encourage honesty with women and not trying to manipulate them. And being a man or an alpha male or a man of God, a decent, strong man, it's never about manipulating women. It's always about having their best interest at heart, and also obviously your own. And there's a balance in doing that. So you don't have to manipulate a woman into bed. You don't have to manipulate women into dates, numbers. And I know, because I've made this work by being honest. That's been the secret to my success with women and with my clients. So, also basing your self-worth as a man and a human being based on whether a girl says yes or no to you. So what I mean by that is, most men are in the wrong mindset, wrong place, low self-esteem, terrible relationship with themselves, do not value and love themselves, don't really value women and other people. It's a reflection of where they're at. So it might be going well with women. They might be at a party or university thing or work do, or maybe watch my videos and you've decided to be more natural and speak to women at the gym, sauna, in a park, on a high street, in a shop, wherever. They're talking to a girl, it's going really well, and the girl does like the guy. And then the guy might go, "Okay, can we go out? Can I get your number?" And she says, "Oh, I'm going to have to say no, but you're really nice and you're a lovely guy." She means it. She likes you. Then when a guy goes, "Why?" She goes, "Because I've got a boyfriend." She's not going to cheat, which is good, a good woman. Or maybe she says no because I've just come out of a long-term relationship and I just don't want to date at the moment. I need time. So again, it's not really a rejection, it's more an objection. But a guy will get immediately, his whole world crashes down. Now he thinks there's no point living, I'm not good enough. And it's not true. It's just negative thinking and a low self-esteem. So basing your self-worth on a woman saying yes to you is the worst place to be as a man. And honestly, because I'm straight, you guys know I'm straight. Whatever you think of me, that's your problem. Or that's not your problem. I've got a voice now in my own head saying, who am I to tell all of you this? What a hypocrite I am, because I used to be like that. But what better person to help men than me, someone who's come from that place, someone who's made all those mistakes, And I'm not in that place anymore. Thank God. I'm in a great place. I really like who I am as a person, and I value myself, and I'm not desperate for women. And I think that's evident. And I'm only saying that out loud because it's true. And I want to get all of you guys in this place. I want you to be in a great place in your life where you go, Johnny, I'm happy. I love my life. I'm happy. I'm not desperate for women. And then you've got a girlfriend. And I thought of this the other day. Think about it. All successful people, whether they're celebrities or famous or not in the public eye, men that have a passion in life, they always get a nice girlfriend. They always attract a beautiful woman, or they always do well. And why is that? And it goes in line with the principle that I'm teaching people and explaining. Because the man is happy. He has something in his life that he passionately loves. I'm just thinking about bodybuilding. Now, I'm not saying you've got to be a bodybuilder, but I love bodybuilding. I love martial arts. I love training. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lee Haney, Jay Cutler. Even the ones that are lower down and the ones that are not as successful. These guys are attractive and interesting because they love bodybuilding. And that makes them love themselves. So of course they're going to be attractive to women because men usually that are desperate, they don't have anything in their life that they love. And I know because that's how I used to be years ago. It takes one to know one. And I changed it when I found teaching and confidence coaching and relationship building and YouTube and public talks. I found that love in my own life for helping other people. And I became so passionate and that passion just got stronger and stronger. So the real solution is, as a man, you've got to find a purpose in your life. And I'm jumping a bit here, but follow me, guys. I wrote this down. So, because I don't want to talk about problems all day, because my dad's right, actually, and a few people have said it. If you keep talking about a problem, you're just going to get sick and tired of it. It ain't going to solve anything. So we don't want to be in therapy for the rest of our life. There is a period to talk about problems. We've got to come up with a solution. I've got it. So the solution is for men who are struggling with women and are desperate and not getting the results that they want, and they're not, having fulfilled relationships with women, or they're not enjoying the conversations, or you have to find something that you love, and that goes in line with, where is it? I wrote this down. I wrote something really important for you guys. Why does this keep disappearing? Okay, here we go. You need a goal in life. Arnold Schwarzenegger is right. As a man, you have to have a goal in life. It could be small, it could be big. If you don't have a goal in life, you've got no direction. You've got nothing to look forward to. You need a purpose. Goals create purpose, create meaning. And I've just wrote this down, and this is just things I've learned. Now, I don't know. For me, faith is important. I'm a Christian. I do believe in God. I've always been a Christian. Some people are shocked by that. They're asking me, Johnny, now I'm not going to start pushing religion on people because I don't feel that's what I'm here to do. But I'm just making a point of saying some of you might have a faith. It might be important to you. So I've found, for me personally, having faith has helped me improve my relationships with women and get me out of bad places. If I didn't have it, I don't think I would have made it with all my anxieties and challenges. So faith in God is important. But if that's not right for you, no problem. Within all that, you need goal. So that's why I made a boxing documentary on the YouTube channel to really inspire men to take up boxing and find. And of course, women are always attracted to men that have got something. Women are attracted to men who have a passion in their life. But if you don't have a passion in your life as a man, and you don't have anything to look forward to, and you're miserable, and you're hateful, and you're unhappy, and you're jealous, and you're insecure, and you're in all these dark places, and then you're walking up to women, and you're just hoping that you can get one of them, get them into bed or get on. It ain't going to work for you, because women are going to see that you're not happy or depressed, and they're not going to want to be a part of that. Now, of course, they're all, thank God. It doesn't mean that if you're depressed and you're not happy, that it's impossible to find love and get a girlfriend. Of course it's not. That's not impossible. But it's less likely. It's less likely that you're going to attract a great woman into your life, because a woman is not really going to want to be dating a guy who's unhappy all the time, because it's going to make her unhappy. So, that's just something important. Self-discipline is really important. I've noticed that a lot of men lack self-discipline, and that goes in many different directions. Just I know this sounds like respecting themselves, respecting their parents, respecting elderly, older people, holding the door. I've seen some guys that got, I've got to be honest, their attitude stinks. Got a bad attitude. They're always judging other people. They're never grateful. They don't have a good thing to say about anyone. So if you haven't got a good thing to say about anyone, then you might as well just keep your mouth closed, keep shut, and not say anything at all. Because if you just keep bad mouthing people all the time, it's just gonna you're gonna destroy your relationship with yourself, and that's gonna affect you with women. So I know it's difficult when you're in a bad place, because years ago, I struggled to have a good thing to say about people. But I've got to be honest, within all of my struggles and anxieties, I always had a good heart, and that never changed. And probably that's down to my faith in God, and I'm obviously attributing that to, my mum and dad bringing me up with respect and ethics and values. So all these things are important. And sometimes when a man doesn't have anything else, he has to fall back on his faith, his values, what is important to his family. So at the end of the day, this is as much as this is a mental health problem, this is a heart problem. A lot of men have got no love in their life. And when they speak to women, that's evident. A woman picks up on that. They're so sensitive to emotions, women, probably more so than men, generally, without generalizing. So, just reading your questions. Hey, from Turkey, nice to meet you. So, you know, it's about discipline. I mean, let's be honest. I've spoken about this. If you're a man, a guy, and you ain't got the discipline to go to the gym 3 times a week, and get yourself in shape, what chance have you got in attracting a beautiful woman with great self-esteem when she's going to choose a guy who is taking the effort and time to go to the gym, work out? So it really is about taking responsibility. And I think too many men, that's my opinion, they need to grow up. Even men that are in their 30s and 40s, they're almost like kids, like 10-year-old kids who have not matured yet. So it is about maturity. Maturity is attractive. So you have to make yourself happy first, and then the woman will be attracted to you. It's not the other way around. And women are attracted to strength. And strength comes in the form, obviously, of love. We're not talking. It's not necessarily about deadlifting and powerlifting. That's muscle strength. We're talking about mental strength, spirit, your heart, your courage. So women are attracted to love, kindness, courage, heart, intelligence. How long should most men work out without hurting themselves? What do you mean by that, Corey? So I just got to understand your question. Do you mean weight training, or because you need to explain and answer it? And at the end of the day, I never encourage men to have a bad outlook on women, because there's a lot of good women out there. So blaming women won't help, because there's always someone to blame. But to take responsibility, that takes tremendous courage, and that's being a man, is taking responsibility. And the reason why I do these streams and teach, because I know that every man is capable of building this confidence and having a successful relationship with women. Well, in regards to not burning yourself out, that's going to be hard for me to explain over a live stream, because that's a balance that I'm always trying to get myself, where I don't burn out in the gym or burn out from teaching or talking. And I think that's just something that you've got to pay attention to your own body. And if you feel yourself tired and burnt out, then take a rest. But I've burnt out quite a few times. So I don't have all the answers for that. It's such a broad thing. But I would just say be mindful, listen to your own intelligence, and that will usually tell you. Like I said, so what I'm going to challenge, in a good way, I'm going to ask you guys is, what's good in your life right now? Can you guys just comment and let me know, what is good in your life right now, excluding women for a second. Let's just focus on you and your life. Because when you go out to find a girlfriend, or to start finding the right person, or going on dates, or learning to be more confident and getting over your anxiety and speaking to women with honesty, that's going to show up when you speak to them. Great, right? So Corey, you got your video filming. So with your video filming, Corey, I'm imagining, and you can tell me, you can comment as I'm going along, we can have a chat. I'm imagining that this is something that obviously you're passionate about. This is something that you look forward to. When you think about it, it makes you feel good and so forth. Yeah, I mean, I'm just assuming, I could be wrong, but that's how I feel about what I do, and I follow. I just love passionate people. Even if it doesn't even matter what they do, it might be something completely different to dating coach or personal development. So just tell me in a couple of lines, Corey, how that brings you happiness, um, and yeah, I just want to get a little bit of insight, and then you can help me to do this live stream and help more men. I'm just going to stop for a minute. I've gone a bit dizzy actually because I've worked out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, brilliant workouts, and I've really pushed myself. By the way, guys, I've been drinking Diet Coke. It's brilliant. Instead of full Coke now, cutting down sugar. I saw Tyson Fury drinking Diet Cokes, and I thought, if it's good enough for Tyson Fury, it's good enough for me. Yep, I just make comedy stuff and make people laugh. That's brilliant. That's great. So Corey's already on the right track. For some reason, the rest of you have gone shy on me. We've got 17 people watching this live stream. We've only got one person, Corey, who has said, and it's little things like this. I'm not having a go at you guys, but just like Corey's made the effort. All of you are either too scared to comment, and again, you've got to come out of this thing of being scared and caring all the time, because women, they want they want a leader. They want a guy who's got heart. They want a guy who's got balls. They want a guy who can, it's just simple, really. So come on, guys, contribute. I'm trying to help you here. Because some of you tell me if there's anything good in life, or is it a case of none of you have got anything at the moment good in your life? If you ask me, I can tell you a list of dozen things. One thing at the moment, which is great in my life, obviously my family, that's great. I love my family a lot. My mental health's great, but the gym and fitness, I'm so passionate. And again, not bragging rights. I go gym 5 times a week, and I write down, got all my workouts I've been doing. I've been doing it for months. And I used to be a lazy git years ago, so I've come from the lazy excuse making place, and I do a combination of weight training, bodybuilding. I do boxing, I do swimming, and I train my ass off. Okay, great. So working on your music, brilliant. Music's brilliant. I love music. So you've got your music, that's great. You've got a purpose in your life. You've got something that makes you feel loved, right? And that's what's important. Look, at the end of the day, guys, let's cut the BS and all of the. Let's get to it. We're human. We all want to feel loved. I do, definitely. And women are no different. Men are no different. Anyone you watch on YouTube is no different. So if you're not feeling loved completely, I understand. I've been there myself. But it's finding something that can give you that feeling, and that can come in different ways for people. Some people can get that just through their relationship with their parents, their family. But I do think for men especially, you need a hobby, you need gym, you need music. Yeah, I feel connected, like in a meditation state. That's brilliant. Connection's so important. What's up, Martin? Good to see you, my friend. Doing DIY at the same time, getting jobs done. That's been hanging around for too long. Productivity. So that's interesting. So, are you saying, Martin, that that's something that you need to do that would make you feel good about yourself, or because I'm just trying to understand the way you commented, or is that a positive? Explain more. How you doing, my friend? I'm still struggling to pronounce your YouTube name. Mate. It was such a pleasure to see you at the Fearless event. Now it feels even better speaking to you because now I've met you in person. And I don't want to call your name out if you don't want me to. I don't want to call people out and they want to stay private. So I'll get your permission first, or we just leave it as that. But 5LL, it was a pleasure, man. You're a gentleman, and I really want you to do well. Me and Adam were speaking about you, saying you're just lovely guy, great ability. Thanks for coming down to the Fearless event. You guys made it great. Oh, great. Lee doesn't mind. So, yeah, guys, I want to be straight with you. Now, listen, if you guys don't want to come to my Fearless event because you just don't want to and it doesn't interest you, no problem. I don't take that personal. But if you guys want to come to the event, but you're not coming to the event because you're being fearful. Come on, guys, please. I mean, grow some balls. Come on, I'm going to help you out. Lee got down there and 10 or 11 other guys did. We had a full house. It was brilliant. So get yourself down to my Fearless event because you're going to meet great people like Lee, myself, so many others. And that's another thing, Martin. I like your honesty. And please, look, I never look to offend you guys, but sometimes I have to offend you to be straight, tell you the truth because it's going to help you. Okay, so we've got a mixture here, but there's still, come on, there's so many of you on this live stream, and only a few of you have told me what you love. So we've got music. One of you's got a love for music. We've got filmmaking and comedy, which is great, but there's still loads of people that are not saying. So I'm just going to assume that maybe a lot of you don't have anything, and I was there years ago. So you guys have got to figure out something that you love in your life. And I was just thinking the other day, like, that's why boxers, that's why I watch so much boxing, because they're so attractive, not romantically, obviously, I'm straight, but you're attracted to them as people and what they do because they are passionate. So, I hope my point is coming across, and you guys are always asking me, Johnny, what is it women are attracted to? Is it this? It's a man who has a purpose in his life. He is pursuing something really important. So, let's go over some of these questions. Hey Andy, good to see you. I organise a meetup group for mental health. That's, man, I've got a soft spot for you already. That's brilliant. I'm so glad you do it. I'd recommend to everyone. Plus, I've seen professionals, but their business up there. Andy, that's brilliant, man. I was just going to come to this. Literally, Andy, look, I wrote this down. This is before you even said that. And this is something that I've learned, and Arnold Schwarzenegger said it. And what I'm doing is I'm using you guys as well as good examples to contribute to this group and to, what's the word? I've lost my word now. I'm using your experiences, your insight to not justify, I can't get the right word, I think you guys understand me, to prove the point of what I'm trying to get across to men, which is overcoming your desperation and your neediness to get women and get women to like you, and replacing it with something you love in your life, a purpose, and then going out and approaching women from a confident place of self-esteem, security, self-love, masculinity, courage. I call it being a man of God as well, because I believe in God. If some of you don't, no problem. So I wrote here, it's really important to serve other people if you can through what you do and help your community. Where is it? What is going on here? I'm writing stuff down and it's disappearing. And it's always the best bits. Where is it? I'm gonna find this. Wait. Okay, I found it. Okay. I've actually got a section that Annie could see this. Look, it's really a coincidence that you mentioned mental health. If you guys can see that, I wrote down, made notes, mental health here, because I told you I was going to speak about that before we came. So mental health for men. What's mental health got to do with men learning how to build honest relationships with women? It's got everything to do with it. Because I've come to understand that probably all men who really struggle to build relationships with women are battling some kind of mental health. And I know that from first-hand experience myself, from someone who has also battled with mental health all of his life, but has had the strength and the courage to improve my mental health by doing activities, finding a purpose in my life, contributing, helping other people, and training, discipline, and get myself in a good place mentally. So depression and anxiety, if it's not treated, and I know a lot of you are going through this, I'm not stupid. I'm a person myself. I'm passionate about mental health. And that's why I'm encouraging you to come down to the Fearless event, because when you come to social events and you speak to people and make friends, it takes your loneliness away and it reduces mental health. Of course it does. Of course you need these connections. So depression and anxiety for men, if you don't get help, causes loneliness and desperation with women. And all this contributes to a lack of self-esteem, lack of confidence, connection, purpose. And all of this creates the darkness, the anxiety, jealousy, addiction, porn, anger, self-hatred. So it's coming out of that place, and that's what we're going to do on the YouTube channel and the vision. We're going to facilitate and help men as best as I can to get them out of the dark place into a good place through taking practical action. You know, finding a goal, getting into the gym, improving your lifestyle. You know, hopefully, and obviously, I'm not an expert on addiction, but I know that my work contributes to helping men to get off drugs and alcohol, all of these kind of problems. Of course, I'm going to want to help guys to do that. So, you know, and as you can see from what I said, it's a lot of work, but it's worth it. Arnold Schwarzenegger's right. He said, no success ever comes easy. And he said, if you don't understand that, you're not going to succeed in your life. And I like Arnold Schwarzenegger because he's honest. He's not lying to people to sell products or promote himself and say, I can change you in one day. He's saying, I can help you to change, but it takes a lot of work. And I'm saying the same. That's why I say to people, I need 6 weeks of you, and probably longer, maybe 6 months, maybe a year. If you put the work in and follow some of the things I'm teaching, you're going to get the results. That's brilliant. You know, things like that are brilliant. Helping homeless people, you can't beat stuff like that. You can't beat that. And it's true. Yeah, men are worried to cry and stuff like this, and we're trying to overcome these things. I've always said it does not make you less of a man because you cry. I've had guys break down in my coaching sessions and start crying, and it's been the best thing that's happened to them, because that relief to cry in front of another man, and they know that I'm not judging them at all when I say I've cried many times, and then they've cried, and then they've got their strength, and then gone out and been men and found their confidence, and they've sorted their life out, you know. So basically what I'm saying is you've got to sort your life out to do well with women. That's why, you know, Corey's intelligent and said, you know, what Johnny's doing is more life coaching. It is, because I realized that all these things come together. So I want to make sure I end this live stream on a positive, because I know, you know. So, you know, Andy with the mental health meetups, that's brilliant. Corey helping homeless. I don't want to start coming on YouTube and live stream and acting like, you know, I'm a do-gooder, even though I do a lot of good. But I'm sure you guys are intelligent enough. You know me as a person. You know I've got a good heart, and I know you guys have got a great heart, which is why we've met each other. Doing what you can to help other people is great. You know, helping homeless people when you can. You know, any form of help, helping old people, your parents. You know, even doing what I've done, setting a business up and helping people and running events, it changes people's lives. That's why I know the videos I make on YouTube, they don't just change people's lives, they save men's life. I get the message. I know because it saved my life first. So I always say to people, I know how powerful the teaching is and the coaching I offer people, because it worked on me. And if it worked on me, I'm going to have full confidence and faith teaching you. Okay, so where are we? Okay, so I'm just give some examples again, guys. I'm not telling you have to do these exact things. These are examples. So, what can a man do to love himself, value himself, improve his confidence and self-esteem, feel great about himself, get out of being depressed, start having a good outlook on women and life, improve his confidence with women? What can he do? Fitness and training regularly. And I've noted that in capital letters. Actually, I didn't. That was a lie. I made a mistake there. I've noticed it lowercase, but I should have done it in capital letters. I use the word regularly because I know most guys don't work out regularly, too lazy. And I speak to a lot of people, and you know, no one's perfect, but people lie a lot. So if I say to someone, "Do you go gym?" They'll go, "Yeah, I go. I try and go." You try and go means you don't go. You don't. You either go gym or you don't go gym. I try and go means you don't go gym regularly. You haven't got a good relationship with the gym. You're letting yourself down. You're being lazy, or you're not facing your fears, and you're not committing to it. And Women are attracted to men that have got discipline, all these traits. You guys know this deep down. Just comment, yes, we know this, if you know what I'm saying. If you generally don't, fair play. But you guys know deep down that a woman is not going to want to date a guy who's lazy, who can't commit to what he says he'll do. So even, for example, a man who says, just say, for example, a man said to his girlfriend, or he was on a date, I'm passionate about homeless people, and I'm going to set up an organization or whatever, where every week I'm going to go out and help homeless people in whatever way, through giving them food, shelter, counseling them. So you say that, you make that promise, but then when it comes to it, he can't stick to it. He doesn't show up every week. It's not good. These little traits, and I've seen men have this, and it's not manly. It's not good. It's not cool. It's not respectable. You have to change it. And and great men taught me this, and my faith in God. And you have to, and if you can't keep your word, you have to apologize. So when I say I'm going to run a fearless event, I run the event. Apart from one time, I let all of you guys down. I let myself down. I didn't show up to the event, and I was honest, because that day I didn't feel good about myself, and my anxiety was really high, and I felt too scared to do the event. But I apologized. I wrote to him and said, I'm apologizing. And that's a man. My dad taught me that. If you make a mistake and you let someone down, that's not good. But what's worse is to not apologize. And you guys might be thinking, what's Johnny talking about? What's this got to do with women? It's got everything to do with women. Because if you can't admit when you're wrong and address it, that's no heart, no courage, no balls. So I'm really punctual. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it. It's very rare. You guys see me showing up regularly doing these live streams. So show up to life. That makes you attractive to women. You will like yourself more. So don't say, I should go to the gym, or I should starting. I'm sorry, I've got to be straight. That's crappy attitude. That is a crap self-esteem. That's not good language. You have to say, don't talk is cheap. You have to do it. So I think any man who is serious about being successful in his life and building a good relationship with women, he should be going to gym at least 3 times a week. That's common sense. At least 3 times a week, and whether it's weight training, fitness training, cardiovascular, any form of health and fitness, we already know it's been proven science, and I know myself. Fitness improves mental health. Depression, anxiety, low self-esteem. Your self-esteem will improve when you get fit. I feel, and I hope I'm doing the right thing here, please God. I feel fantastic now. I feel better than I've ever. I'm 35. I'm going to be 36. I feel better now than when I was 25, 20, because I am taking care of myself more than ever. I am working out 5 times a week. I love it. I could cry. That's how much I enjoy it. You can't keep me out of the gym. I don't need anyone to wake me up in the morning. I go to the gym and I work out every Friday with Adam, with a friend. The other 4 days a week, I go on my own. I don't need anyone to hold my hand. And that's why I've got myself in fantastic shape, mentally. And I love how I look. That's a good relationship. And if you're not saying that, feeling that way, it's not a good sign. You need to make changes. And remember, I'm not being brash or arrogant. I hope no one thinks that. And if they do, that's their problem. I never liked myself years ago. I didn't like myself. I didn't like how I looked, but I wasn't living right. So you got to start making these changes. And I would say, 3 times a week at least, even more. And if you can't get down to the gym, forget about it. The conversation I'm going to have with you now, it's a waste of time. Come off the live stream. If you cannot, unless you've got a genuine excuse, a health problem, most of you probably don't. If you cannot make the gym 3 times a week, what chance have you got in a world that demands confidence and self-esteem? And you can't blame anyone but yourself. You've got the ability. Gym memberships now are next to nothing. Schwarzenegger's right. They're not expensive anymore. You can get day passes. There's a lot of gyms that do free promotionals. Don't get down the gym. It is. I can't even explain. Look, I'm stuttering because it's so important. You have to work out. Any great man, Bruce Lee, fitness fanatic, Arnold Schwarzenegger, John Paul Van Damme, Anthony Robbins, Johnny Berba, all of these people, and there's, this goes on and on. They all, Tyson Fury, boxers, Muhammad Ali, Mayweather, actors. They look after themselves. You have to look after. If you don't look after you, how the hell is a woman gonna trust you and gonna want to let you touch her body and be intimate with her? So you've got to do this. And I'm being serious, guys. It's really serious. And if you can't do that, then you're not going to have much chance doing the bigger things. So fitness and training, and I'm going to put a lot of videos on fitness. I'm really passionate about it, and I've got a lot of friends. I know a lot of you are doing it. So I think my generation is just spoiled. They are spoiled. I actually noticed this, guys, right? This will blow your mind. I was in the gym today. I had a great workout. I went downstairs in the gym area. I was doing a sauna, and it's nice. There was an old gentleman in the steam room, and he just got chatting with me. And you could tell, I could tell this guy was super intelligent. The guy was 73, but I'm going to be straight, guys. It'll put all of you to shame, all of us. This guy was sharp for 73. He was socially intelligent. He was smart. He was intuitive. He'd been going gym many years. Started talking to me, had an amazing conversation. Most of his conversation was about, and I told him as well, on behalf of my generation, he said, this generation is ungrateful. And this guy was 73, talked about World War One, World War Two, spoke about where things are going wrong today. But he had a very good attitude. He had a fantastic attitude about life. He offered me value, not trying to take. He was a genuine man. And then he said, like, oh no, and he said that today people are not communicating. And then he said, how has your day been? And most of you don't even ask me how my day is. And you're not aware of this. A lot of you do, a lot of you don't, because all you're thinking about is, what can I get out of Johnny? What can I get? I want. And I understand that, because we all want things. But what about thinking, what can I give? A lot of you do ask me how I am. But most of you, if I'm being honest, you don't give a shit. You don't care about me. You just want yourself. This attitude, desperation, neediness, greed, jealousy. Attractive women or quality women, they don't want to date a guy like this, because you're just going to take from them. You can't give any love to them, so you're going to drain them. And they don't want to date a man like that, because that represents weakness, unsafety, and it encompasses everything that is not good. So it's just learning basic social skills and being genuine, asking someone, how's your day? I changed my mindset years ago, because a lot of this we're taught wrong. This generation is all about taking. Everything is about, and don't get me wrong, I ain't claiming to be perfect. I should be better myself. Obviously, we all have an element where we think about ourselves, but I've worked on it and I thought I've got much better. So, the guy was just talking to me about, he said, you know what, Johnny, the problem today is that this generation don't know how to communicate in person. I said, I agree. And he said to me, social media is a great tool. I said, I totally agree. And he said, but social media is being misused. And I said, look, I can't agree with you anymore. And I said, I'm not being polite. I was speaking about what you just said a few days ago in the group that I run to help men. Because he told me he was a journalist, a high-end journalist, worked for different networks. I don't need to name all the facts. And I said, he apologized. I said, no, you don't need to apologize. I said, I'm really enjoying the conversation with you. I must have spoke to him for 20 minutes. Most of it I listened, because I was taught by my dad, when an older person's speaking, respect and listen. So obviously I had my say, but most of it I listened, because he's older than me, he's wiser than me. So a lot of you, I can tell, you lack social skills. You don't know how to offer someone value in a conversation, because in your mind it's I need to get. And that's the mindset that is not good when you're going out meeting women. I don't teach that. And that's why I don't like the PUA stuff. Look, I'm not going to attack it. I don't hear anything, but it's not for me. I don't teach it. It isn't the right mindset to come from. It's too much desperation, manipulation. It's not honest. It's not congruent. There's no good self-esteem. A lot of this comes down as well that I've come to realize, not all of them, but quite a few guys I've worked with over the years, they lack social skills. They don't know how to speak to people. It's just, and most of it comes down just to kindness, being genuine. So, um, and I mean, that's where it's gone wrong. I mean, that's your opinion. That's interesting, Corey. That a lot of people hate. I don't hate. I can't hate old people. I said it the other day. I was like, basic human decency. If you're crossing the road and you see an old woman struggling across the road, aren't you going to help the woman across the road? But there's some people in our generation that probably won't do that, and that's shocking. Anyway, in the end, me and the guy had a really positive conversation, and he said that social media can be a great tool if it's used right. Um, so at the end of the day, man, and even Chris Eubank said it, and I really like Eubank. If you can't respect women, you can't respect your parents, and you can't respect old people, what chance you got succeeding with your woman? She ain't gonna want to date a guy like that. So it's about having a good attitude as well. And any man who thinks this is being weak or it's not being alpha male, he's just stupid. He's unintelligent. He needs to seriously take his head out of his ass and really wake up, because these are all the things that encompass strength, masculinity. This is what I understand. So yeah, Corey, I could already tell you're a decent person. I can just tell through interacting with you. Um, so, respect is important. Now, if I'm just going to ask a serious question, you guys can be honest or not. Just say yes or no. Tell the truth, guys, because I really want to help you. And again, I'm not. I'm also being vulnerable myself here. Do you guys respect yourself? Yes or no? And if you don't, there's no point lying. You're lying to yourself. If do I respect myself? 100% yes. I'm going to write yes. Did I used to respect myself years ago? I had no self-respect for myself. That's why I did all the wrong things, and I'm not ashamed to say them in the past. You guys know my story. I made terrible mistakes, crime, violence. I was fighting with people, being a bully because I got bullied when I was younger. It still is an excuse. I was promiscuous. I was paying escorts, sleeping with them, drugs, but everything wrong. So I had no self-respect for myself at all. I had to build that and learn it. Now I've got incredible respect. So that's great. Curie said, I don't respect myself, but I'm working on it. You're a good man. You know that. You're a great person, because that takes a lot of courage to say that. So I'm really proud of you, man. And I hope with my help and encouragement and help from other guys, you can build that relationship yourself. So that's it. You will do it. So you said, I don't respect myself. I'm working on it. I'm done with being the doormat. I didn't in the past, but I do now. Good. That's really good, Lee. Johnny, would you say being aggressive with people help your social anxiety? Of course not. Come on, mate. I mean, being intelligent. No, that's the last thing. I used to be aggressive for a period in my 20s because I was insecure and I got bullied. Being aggressive don't help you. And that doesn't mean you be a doormat. Of course, there's a balance. Now, no, being aggressive will not get you anywhere in life. It just cause you fights and violence. I don't approve it. But of course, being a man, of course you can. I'm not going to let someone walk all over me or let anyone do that. So it's like a martial art. You don't go around. You don't learn martial arts and then go around kicking and punching people that are weaker than you. That's not what they teach. But if you're out somewhere in a situation and someone attacks you, then you have to learn. You have to hurt the person, defend yourself. That's self-defense. That's not against the law. So I'm just pointing out obvious truths. No, I haven't seen the video. The reason why Tyson Fury got up, but I will check it out. And I'm glad you've mentioned Tyson Fury, because I want to use Tyson Fury as an example of And again, I'm not here to. Anyway, forget what I was going to say there. But Tyson Fury is a great example of being a good man, being a decent man, and he's been an inspiration to many men, and definitely been an inspiration to me. This is why I was a fan of Fury before he made the transformation, but more so now, because I've seen the impact he's made on men's life, and him getting up from wider, great example, just the way he conducts himself. I love the guy. I'm not even going to say I like him, and I haven't even met him. So that's what can you? It's brilliant. It's inspiring. So it's good today that we do have some good role models. It isn't all doom and gloom. And I said I weren't going to come on a live stream. There's a lot of positives. Listen, there's a difference between being assertive and then being aggressive. You can be assertive with someone. You can be socially strong. You can have personal boundaries, but you don't have to be aggressive with people, because then they're just going to be aggressive back. Then you're going to get into fights all the time, or you're going to be bullying people, and that's not good. If you're bullying anyone, you're in the weakest place a man could be. I don't like bullies, so I don't bully other people, and I don't let anyone bully me either. So bullying is the weakest place, and it's also having compassion for bullies, because bullies are, obviously they're in a bad place. So it's quite interesting how the conversation started off with women, and now it's gone all the way in the right direction. Cheers, you're welcome. Remember as well, guys, I want to make a point of saying I would never be arrogant to teach and help people and do these live streams and think, oh, this is all about me. No, my faith. And some people are shocked. They're like, I didn't know you, because I never really spoke about it. But since a kid, I remember, and up until now, my faith is what has got me through and made me the man I am, and got me through the most. My faith allows me to help people. If I didn't have faith, I wouldn't have the confidence and the courage and the mental, emotional strength to go out and help people, because it's not easy, but I enjoy it. So I really do thank God. I thank God for giving me the strength to do what I do, and I thank Him for helping me, for blessing my life, because I thought it was over for me when I was younger. Anyway, I just want to be grateful. I don't want to run the risk of coming across like I am, arrogant, because I'm not. And this is my own way of showing gratitude. This is how I do it anyway. So I always say thanks God. I thank you so much for helping me, and thank you for having a good family, and having a place to stay, a home, and being able to eat, and just being able to love what I do, and thank you God for blessing me with a great woman in my life, and just having love, because I come from a place of feeling awful. So being grateful and thankful, man, that's so important, really powerful. So yeah. I was not a fan of Fury till I got to know him more. He came back from depression and suicide to being a great boxer, great person. Somehow I now look up to him. Yeah, a lot of people feel that way, which is great. And that's a good example as well, that's showing that anyone can change. So never, because people easily misinterpret my message, I ain't condemning any man, or pointing out men's flaws. I'm pointing out their flaws, yes, but I want to help them to be better. So any guy can change if he makes the effort. So right, what else do we want to get through? So coming back to what I was saying, fitness and training will give you more confidence, it'll give you more discipline, it'll improve your mental health, definitely make you more attractive to women. You can lose weight, it will improve your attractiveness. Now, I've also wrote here, starting a business or a project that you're passionate about. Loads of people, clients, friends, fans, write to me and say, Johnny, I've got a great business idea, but I'm too scared to do it. My encouragement, you've got to face your fears and do it. Hey, Vivek. Hey, Johnny. Thanks again. Vivek, you're so welcome. I just said earlier, I absolutely love Sunday. You were a great bunch of guys, and you was just a gentleman, Vivek. Thanks for coming. So you're really welcome. And it's just like touching on what I was saying earlier, like Vivek's got good manners, obviously good family, good values, little things like that. And I'm not just saying like, oh, you have to be nice to me. I'm just saying in general, like being thankful to people. So, it's just changing your attitude. And when I was younger, believe me, when people used to tell me this, I didn't want to hear it. I used to get angry and aggressive when someone said, you should change your attitude a bit, Johnny. You're not treating people right. But it was right. Hey, Joan, I was thinking about Tyson Fury's interview idea about the mental health. Have you considered pursuing Frank Bruno? He's battled. I have. I did. I did contact um, Tyson Fury's team about doing an interview on mental health and boxing, but they got back to me and said he was busy at the time. That was when he was preparing for Wilder. So I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to force it. If it's meant to happen, it will. I'd be more than happy to speak to Tyson Fury over an interview. It would be an honour. But again, I'm not going to bother the man if he doesn't want to do it. I've got my purpose and what I'm doing. But it would be great, yeah. And I really like Frank Bruno as well. I've always liked Frank Bruno. So I am passionate about the mental health. So yeah, look, any of you that is supporting mental health, I'm with you there. And that's what we want to do a lot on the YouTube channel, and we want to bring a positive message because there's a lot of emphasis on mental health and sort of a negative view on it. And I want to put a positive spin and say, look, Tyson Fury's come from the depths of darkness and hell, mental health, to being in a great place. And I've done it as well. I've come from a terrible place. I'd had mental challenges and got myself in a great place. But touching on what Fury said and what has been true in my experience, fitness is everything for mental health. So if you guys get fit and get in shape, which is why we get you to do the boxing pads and the Fearless event to promote ways of improving men's confidence and self-esteem and mental health, that will improve your relationships with women. I'm not going to answer that question, DVLDN, and I'm not being rude. I've said this before. Sometimes I'm not going to answer a question if I just think it ain't important in regards to what we've been talking about today. So don't take it personal. I think it's not the right question at this moment in the talk. Yeah, I'm going to pass on that one. Listen, I'm going to say it again because I do get frustrated. I'm trying to help you guys. I understand you've got social anxiety. Come to my Fearless event and I'll help you with it, and people will support you. If you can't have the discipline to get down to an event, then I can't do much more than what I've been doing already because I've been talking to you and I can't keep banging my head against the wall. I've got compassion. I understand you've got social anxiety. I've had it as well. And everyone in this group has it as well, has gone through it. But you need to take some action. You can't keep complaining and saying it. It ain't going to change. So do something about it. And if it's that bad, because I haven't met you in person, then I suggest that you get professional help. I suggest that anyone who has got severe social anxiety or mental health, and it's not allowing them to live a normal, happy social life, you got to go and get help, get professional help. Because I might not be able to help you. I'm not a doctor. I'm a confidence and I'm a confidence coach. Yeah, that was man. That made me cry, man. That did. When Tyson Fury said when he got knocked down in the top by Wilder, and he got up for all the people. Right, it makes me really emotional when I talk about it. I cried when he said it at the time. He got up for every person with mental health to inspire them. If that's not inspiring, I don't know what is. I'll be honest. I thought I was inspiring. I thought my videos were inspiring, and I really think they are. But when I seen what he done, I was like, wow, what he's doing. That's way more inspiring than what I'm doing. When he got off that floor, so and just what he said, you know what I mean? It's brilliant what he's doing. So I hope that it would encourage more men to just to be better, just to be better people at the end of the day. Wow, we've got about 27 people online today. Let me know so far if you guys have enjoyed this live stream, if you've got a lot out of it, if it's made you feel more positive. Just write yes. I'm enjoying it. It's good. Right. So I've that's nice, Corey. So I don't need my notes anymore. I've kind of gone through everything that we need to cover. There's a few more things we'll go through because we've got so many people online. I'm going to extend the live stream because I wanted to kind of do these about an hour and a half max, but we've got so many online. It feels I can't just jump off now on all these people online. I want to keep going. We'll go for another 15 minutes. So I would say stay around, guys. That's great. Yeah, I think Fury definitely won. So, um, my next Fearless event is on the 14th of July. If any of you want to come along, then email me now. Let me give you my email address. Book now, because that way it's just better to book now. And I'm not going to use cheesy, manipulative sales tactics and say, no, we've only got 10 spaces, book now, you're going to miss out. No, there's unlimited spaces, and it doesn't cost anything. So there's nothing to sell. But I suppose if 2,000 people come, that might be too much. But yeah, we're not going to get that many. It's enough. It's nice and small groups, about 12 people. I'm guessing the next one's probably going to be double. It was so successful. I want you to come along to this event. It will help you a lot to build your confidence. So let me give you my email address. Berba88. Right. Now, I am going to sell my 30-day online program because it is really helpful. And again, if you want to buy it, you can. It's really, really affordable and cheap. It's only £39, so less than 50 euros. And this anxiety program, I made this 4 years ago specifically for men who have got shyness and anxiety, and they are really, really scared of speaking to women. They struggle just to have a conversation with women and to start a conversation and, get an honest relationship going, get a date, get a girlfriend. I built the program. It's fantastic. I spent a whole 2 days on it. It's sold all around the world. It's been really successful. I'll leave the link, and if you want to buy it and you're interested in it, you can. And I just want to say thank you to all the people that have bought it, because over the 4 years it's been out, it's sold worldwide, which is brilliant. And I went in actually yesterday, logged in, looked at the program, and I've got to say, I was really proud of the program. Even though my teaching has evolved, it's still really relevant. Like, it's really honest and it's really practical, and it explains how to go up to women with honesty, compliment, conversations. It's got everything in that program. So if people can't make a 6 week program or Skype or boot camps, it is a really cheap investment. I mean, £39, you'll spend that on a meal, that on a Nando's meal, or I don't know if you got a couple of drinks, or or probably going to Starbucks 3 days in a row. That's £40 gone. So it's well worth it. I'll give you the link now. All right. So Johnny Berba, anxiety, and it's helped a lot of men. So I'll quickly just explain. I won't drag it out. The 30-day anxiety program is an online program I made. It is a series of 20 videos. All of the videos are practical demonstrations, and you get a breakdown. So it's all professionally shot, and it's step by step. So unlike the YouTube videos, it simplifies a lot more for a beginner, for a guy who's got a lot of social anxiety, approach anxiety, very nervous about going up to women for the first time, starting conversations and meeting women. It's really good for the conversation, confidence, body language, and getting you in the habit of going out and being social, and getting over your social anxiety, and communicating. All the demonstrations are really good. And I also give you exercises each day. So it's actually, I done a video the other day. It's a 30-day transformation. The idea is that you watch the program, and each day you go out and you follow the instructions of the video. It will give you an exercise of each day. So day one will be very easy, and as it goes up, it will get a little bit harder, like a video game. Covers everything. If you've got social anxiety, this is perfect for you, especially for guys who may be okay if they're on a date or if they're comfortable with a girl. But for men that are scared to go up for the first time and start a conversation with women, compliment, perfect for you guys. So check out the 30-day anxiety program. It's really professionally done. I paid someone to package it professionally, and it's all my content, and I explain it. I am younger there. It is 4 years ago, but all of the information's there, and I couldn't believe actually when I looked at it, because I did think for a while, is the program going to be outdated now? It's 4 years ago. I've evolved since then, and you guys have got more confident. But when I watched it, I was like, no, there's so much of what is in the program back then is still what I teach now. It's timeless. So yeah, check it out. Yeah, Vivek, thanks for saying that. Vivek, come along to my talk. Everyone did one approach at the Fearless event. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tell you what happens at the Fearless event quickly, and then I'm going to answer your questions, and we're going to wrap this live stream up. And I'm going to give you some exercises and challenges to go away and practice. Because one of you emailed me recently, I said it, and said, Johnny, you should give more exercises to the guys that follow you so they've got something practical to go out and challenge themselves, and then they can get back to you on how they've done. So just want to say, if you like my live streams and YouTube content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be really straight with you and honest, because it will grow my channel, and that's my aim, to get bigger, to spread the teaching will help more people with anxiety and build the confidence. And I feel really good as well. It makes me feel great. I want to succeed more and get my videos viral and help more people. So it works both ways. And so you can stay up to date. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, I might make a video that might really help you on something you're struggling with and you don't know because you're not notified. So subscribe, hit the red button. And if you've got any questions, and you want to contact me personally, you can always just contact me by email, and I'll respond to you and help you best as I can. It's johnnyberb@gmail.com. Also, you can go to my website. There's loads of free articles. I post up all my new videos and live streams and articles. www.johnnyberber.com. I've almost forgotten as well, and a lot of you have joined. Make sure that you get on my mailing list, which is free. Again, no catches. I send out brilliant newsletters. If you're a person who likes reading things, you might not have time to go on YouTube. You want a bit of inspiration. You want some tips. I write my videos out, if that makes sense. So what I talk about and demonstrate, I write my own newsletters and send them out. They're really helpful. I talk about anxiety, confidence, fitness, personal development. So if you go to my website, I'll give you the link. All you need to do is put your email in, and you'll get a free gift. You get a free intro video sent to your email straight away. Then you'll be on my newsletter. You'll be notified when I've got Fearless events, when I'm doing events in London, and you'll get the weekly newsletter that talks about confidence of women, relationships, all the personal development, and I also share successes with students. So click the link. Let me know if you join my newsletter, because I'd like to say thanks, because quite a few of you have. You can do it now. It takes 10 seconds, whatever. You're welcome, Corey. It was a pleasure. Oh, I've almost forgot. I want to tell you guys about my new Facebook group, which is also free. The Facebook group is an extension of the Fearless event. So we've got almost 800 members. We've got a great bunch of guys in the group. I don't tolerate no bollocks. Sorry, my French. No negativity. Everyone is in the group to support each other. The group is all about mentorship, because I believe with mentorship, people can achieve their dreams. It helps you to build your confidence with women, business, with people, public speaking, fitness, motivation. It's also a platform that you can make friends, you can meet, you can go out, meet in person, share ideas, you can post up your transformations. We had a guy that followed me for a while, posted a picture of himself, overweight, and another picture next to it, in fantastic shape, where he lost loads of weight. I love stuff like that. So I'm going to put the link in now to the Facebook group. I had loads the other week. I've announced it in the last live stream, and I couldn't believe how many people were joining. So let me get the link. And hold on a second. Hold on a sec. So here's the link to the Facebook group. So the Facebook group, again, is so you can meet like-minded people, because I've only built things that I'm passionate about and what people ask me for. Johnny, I'm struggling to make friends. I've got social anxiety, or I find it really difficult to meet people that are interested in the same things as me. Join my Facebook group. You will find people just like you, that you'll get along with, good people. Come to a Fearless event. It will improve your confidence. Take that first leap of faith. We understand that you're nervous. Look, I had my own fears. We are there to help you. We're not there to make you feel frightened. We're there to give you support. And, I had a guy come to my event who was literally shaking with anxiety. And after about half an hour, he come out of himself. He did brilliant. He come to another event. Face your fears. Come to a fearless event. It will change your life. You'll enjoy it. So, um, you know, yeah. So I notify stuff like that, and I post up a lot of good things. So stay on the. I was about to say stay on the line. I'm going to give you some challenges to go away and practice. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. Today's lesson was all about how to overcome desperation with women in relationships and build a good self-esteem as a man and find a passion in life and relate to women in a much more positive, confident way and become more attractive. And then go out and speak to as many women as you want, and then until you find the right person for your right girlfriend. Go on dates, get social, get comfortable with the opposite sex. Brilliant. Okay. So what we do at the Fearless event, this is the first thing we do. So when you come to my Fearless event, the first thing that happens is I'll greet you, I'll come and speak to you one-on-one, just to make sure that you're comfortable at the event, because I know that most people coming are not going to be comfortable. They're going to have social anxiety. They're going to be shy. They're going to be nervous. They're going to feel a little bit unsafe to begin with. I'm really good apparently making people comfortable quick, being that I come from a socially anxious person, paranoid, insecure, and all that, to now being in a much better place, thank God. So I'll have a chat with you, short chat. Usually people come up to me, and then I'll get you to introduce yourself, just to group. And then I'll give a very short talk at the start. I don't do long talks anymore at the start. So I'm not going to talk for an hour so you'll be bored. I talk for about 10 minutes. I'll give you an introduction about fear, about confidence. And after the 10 minutes, we're going to do, we come up one by one. And guys are going to be put on the spot, but it's good for you. And you're going to do some boxing pad work. You're going to hit the pads for a couple of minutes. Then you're going to come back. Then someone else is going to go up. And we go around the group. Everyone goes up, hits the pads. After you've hit the pads, you're going to feel fantastic. You're going to feel good because you've come out of your shell. And then we're going to do a mini little bit of self-expression, public speaking. I'll get people to come up and just tell me what you're passionate about. It doesn't matter if you're standing there shaking with fear. You're allowed to be scared. You're allowed to show your anxiety. You don't have to hide your social anxiety. We're an honest, open group. So after you do the boxing training, a little bit of public speaking, all of the guys who come to my last event were fantastic. Vivek was brilliant. Lee was brilliant. All of them were great. They all come up and did it. So a bit of boxing pad work, a short bit of public speaking, and then we go out. This is the best bit. We do a 1 hour, it's free, a 1 hour taster session, social practice, where I'll give you simple exercises, going up and meeting women in public, honest conversations, going up and saying, hi, nice to meet you, complimenting, normal conversation, very normal stuff, brilliant stuff. After the 1 hour taster session, the final bit, we go hotel, we sit down as a group. This is where we chill out, have a laugh, get a Coke or a tea or a coffee, and just have great conversations and just share our experience. And you can also ask me questions, anything you want. I'm really friendly. So it's a great experience. You're going to come away from the Fearless event thinking, why didn't I do this earlier? Why have I left my anxiety so long? Why didn't I get the help? Why didn't I go out and meet new people? You're going to feel confident, and it will encourage you to continue working on your fears and building confidence. And that's why it's called the Fearless event. And everyone support you, so you're not going to be judged. There's no judging at this event. There's constructive help, but not judging. So it's a really good environment. And if I had anyone in the group coming, they'd be kicked out straight away. We don't tolerate any bad behaviour, and it never happens. Always good people. So if that sounds good, let me know in the comments. Right? Yes. Those of you who've already been, amazing, about life-changing. This event is what I needed years ago when I was struggling, and there weren't any about. I didn't know any of any events, and I didn't have the courage back then that you guys had to come to the event. And we appreciate every single person that comes. We don't take it lightly. I know how much courage it takes to get to an event, meet new people, but that's the only way you're going to get over your fear. So you've got to get outside your comfort zone. You've got to face that anxiety and fear and get more confidence, and you'll be proud of yourself, and it'll help you. So the Fearless event is about helping men to build their confidence with people in general, helping men to build their confidence with women in relationships, helping men to find their passion in life, whatever that is, fitness, boxing, starting a business, coaching, I don't know, property, traveling, whatever you're passionate about. So that's what's going on. It's once a month and it's completely free. You can bring a friend if you want. You can bring your brother if you have a brother. And anyone who wants to come along, they're very welcome. So you've got the Facebook link. You've got a copy of my Fatal Anxiety Program. You've got so much support here. The challenge I want to give you guys this week is to sit down, get a pen and a piece of paper, and just have a look at your life and write down the things that you're not happy with, and write down the things that you want to do. So it could be, I'm not happy with my diet or my addictions. I'm not being social enough, and then actually go and do it. Join the gym, come to a Fearless event, and go out and start practicing speaking to them with honesty. I want to get you guys being practical. So who's gonna do that? If you're really serious, you'll do it. The new videos are coming soon. I'm waiting on 2 cameramen. So if it was down to me, the videos will be done tomorrow. But obviously I have to wait. They're busy. They've got schedules, but they're coming soon, really soon. So if you want to be notified, get on my mailing list Facebook group, because I always give you a heads up first. So when you're on my mailing list, I'll let you know about things before anyone else. And it's a much more personal relationship. I get really, really, honest, and obviously I'm honest on the live stream, but on the newsletter, it's more personal. So it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. So I'm not going to say that the newsletter, it's not. And my Fearless event isn't going to be for everyone. Neither are my videos. So it's just for a particular audience, guys who are interested in improving their confidence. I'm not really one for theory and just talking about stuff. I want to get stuff done and take action. That's where you find happiness. So I hope this is a lesson. And if you apply these things, or even one of these things, you're going to notice your relationships are going to get better with women. If you guys got any more questions you'd like to ask me before we round up this live stream, it's been great. So we've had a lot of people on. I'll give you a couple more minutes and then we're finishing, because I'm almost out of juice, out of words. I'm tired now. It's been brilliant. Any more questions, fire ahead. I'll answer them the best I can. Oh, sorry, Andy, I missed your question. I noticed you do public speaking at your event. Is that before or after you start approaching women? It's before, mate. We do it before. So, and don't panic. It's only light. Maybe you're good at it because is it you? You said you run a group on mental health. So we do it before, and I, there's intelligence behind what we do. It's all about just gradually getting you comfortable, confident, and then getting you out there. And we've got great plans for this Fearless event. We're going to develop it. So it ain't going to be the same. Like as I said, I like just letting things grow naturally. So it might be a case where we do a Fearless event and then we do a movie night. We go to the cinema together, or we go to the gym, or we go for a swim, or we mix up with a bit of approaching. So this, for me at the moment, I would say I'm more excited about the Fearless event than anything else. I do love doing the YouTube videos, but I've got to be honest, I much more enjoy the Fearless event than making infill videos of me demonstrating, going out meeting women, approaching women, because I've done that for years. And I do realise that no, we're definitely not going to go to strip clubs. I won't be taking you to strip clubs. I realise that the infill videos, the demonstrations, they're the #1 requested thing by all of you guys, because we've done statistics show that. So, and I do enjoy doing them, but not as much as the Fearless event. And I'll tell you why. Because at the end of the day, it's still me going on YouTube. It's me doing it, isn't it? I get more satisfaction out of helping people and seeing you guys do it, take action. Loads coming, and we're just going to keep going. I fully believe in myself, and I believe that I'm going to reach out to a global audience of men and help them with their anxiety, build the confidence, and help with mental health, and help men with relationships with women. Now, I'm not ruling out karaoke night. That's actually a good idea. And singing, for me, that would be a big fear, but that's something I'd have to face. So maybe some of you could teach me to sing. But yeah, we're going to develop it. And I'll be honest with you. Do you know how the Phyllis event started? It just started off with me meeting a group of guys in a park and having basically motivating them about fear and like kind of like shouting at them, not shouting, but I'm joking. And then I thought, this is good, but it's missing something. It needs to be interactive. It's not powerful enough for me just to get a group of guys. And even though I'm a fantastic speaker, as you can tell, I can motivate people just by talking. But it needs more. They need to experience taking action, building confidence. So I started adding exercises. Then we brought the boxing in, and I thought, what a fantastic idea, because this is what I did in the boxing gym. Then that worked really well. Then Adam said, Johnny, I think you should incorporate a little bit of social practice of the guys in it. And then I went, actually, I didn't think of that. I was kind of against it, and I thought we did it, and it was brilliant. So the Fearless event is growing. It's going from strength to strength, and I like it. And all of you are playing a part. And honestly, if I had a really, really negative experience at the Phyllis event, I probably wouldn't have done it. I would have thought it's not working. It was so positive on Sunday. It went so well. There's not a question that I'm going to continue doing it, and I'm a man of my word. So, every month, unless there's a good reason, the Phyllis event. Oh, by the way, guys, as well, I'd be really grateful if you guys could follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is growing. So on my Instagram, I talk a lot about motivation, inspiration, mental health, and I'll be honest, a little bit of ego. I do post up some pictures of myself, showing my body, my improvements, but I do that to motivate myself as well and to inspire people. So if you can read past, a little bit of fun, and obviously I've got an ego too. I'm not claiming to know everything. If you can see the deeper message, I think you're like, and on my Instagram, I'm really good. I interact with you. If you ask me a question, I'll answer it. And I'm connecting with other people as well. So, and I also talk about confidence of women, but there's a lot of visual stuff. So let me leave the link to Instagram. And it's nice because I'll follow you back as well. I'll interact with you. So I'm not someone who's just going to, I'm going to ignore you. Unless it gets to a point where it's so big, I can't answer everyone's questions. And it's kind of like, anyway, so let me get the link to Instagram. So if any of you are on Instagram, then I'm going to be honest with you, Martin. I really don't like the term day game. I don't do day game. I don't teach day game. I don't subscribe. I can't stop you using the word. It's your choice, obviously. But I don't subscribe to that. I don't teach that. I help men to speak to women in public or in any social environment, being honest. Being confident and honest. I'm not into game. I don't believe in gaming people or tricking people. It's just not for me. I don't teach that. So I don't teach that, and that's why I'm not teaching that stuff. There's people that do it. So that's just my opinion on it. But how often do I go out and interact with women? It depends at the moment, because at the moment, actually, I'm seeing someone, and we like each other a lot. So I'm not really passionate about going out and meeting women and being a womanizer. I did that in the past, and it's not who I am anymore. But I still speak to women. I like interacting with people. So I would say a couple of times a week. I still speak to women. I spoke to a woman yesterday on the streets, had a nice conversation, and I still really like it and believe in it. It's a place where I've met most of my girlfriends. But yeah, I'm coming from. I'm continuously improving, as you can tell on the channel. Really coming away from any kind of tactics, anything like that. I'm never really about that anyway. So that's my take on it. But I stay social. But I'm more important. I'm more concerned about helping men to improve their relationships, because I've got my confidence up now, and I'm not being arrogant, but I don't really need to be out on the streets hours approaching women. I don't really do that anymore, because I did it in my past. I've got the confidence now. I've been able to let go of it, And that's really the idea of that's where I want to get men, where you can let go of it. You don't have to be going out in the street every day. But of course, when you're new and you want to improve yourself, it is, you've got to do something regularly until you get good at it. So I hope you guys, I've answered your question as best as I can. But yes, there's more. You can probably tell I'm more interested in personal development now, helping men with their confidence in all areas of life. So that's where I started, but that's not where I am now. It's not where we're going on the channel. I'm not sure who's going to win the fist fight out of Paulie Malignaggi and Lobov or whatever. I'm not that interested in it, if I'm being honest. I like Malignaggi as a pundit, but I think he's going to lose Malignaggi, but I could be wrong. Yeah, no, listen, Martin, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not offended. It's just I don't use the term, and I never really did, to be honest. Maybe years ago. It's not my term. It was other people. So I've got friends who use it, but it's just not for me. I can't relate to it. But yeah, I appreciate it, Martin. I hope you're doing well, man. Okay, we're going to finish this now. It's been an hour and 40 minutes. I've loved it. It's time to end the stream. It's come to a close. So thanks for coming on. I hope it was helpful today. I gave loads of things that I've learned. And I hope I see you at the next Fearless event. And it'll be great to see you on the new Facebook group. Check out my 30-day anxiety program. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And, always try this stuff for yourself. It's not just enough to listen to me or anyone. Go out and try it. And I've had a lot of help from mentors as well that have helped me. So it's a pleasure. I'll see you guys soon. Look out for the videos. Any questions you've got, email me. And if you want any help, a 6 weeks program or a weekend experience or a Skype program, get in touch and I'm happy to help you. So yeah, enjoy the process. I enjoyed it, and I'm going to relax now. I'm going to watch some boxing, some Tyson Fury, and I'm going to watch some bodybuilding. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the evening. So enjoy the rest of the evening, guys. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye.